Our next stop is Davis Camp in Bullhead City, Arizona. I always love this stretch of the trip. So pretty leaving home base and driving towards Nevada, where we're going. We'll be staying out here 2 days on our way to Tacoma, California for a meetup we have coming up. Welcome to Davis Camp. We're going to pull up here and see if we need to go park to check in and see what they say. We got all checked in. Before I go park, I'll be here a couple of days. Just going to give you a quick little drive through of the South Beach, or I'm sorry, the North Beach, to show you another spot to camp. Oh, looks pretty full. Oh yeah, it's really full. I believe these down here are $20 a night. It's all dry camping. There are no hookups, but it's pretty nice. There's a nice swim beach down here right on the river. I don't think I need to go all the way down. I'm going to turn around here because tomorrow I'm going to come and walk all this. Alright, let's go to our spot. I usually always get spot number 66. Little hazy and cloudy today, but man, that water still looks good. So this camp was started in the early 1940s when they started the Davis Dam project, and they named it after Arthur Powell Davis, who started and was awarded the project. He was an engineer slash hydrographer and nephew to Major John Wesley Powell. And for those of you who don't know, John Wesley Powell was an explorer and geologist in the late 1800s who explored much of Arizona, Colorado, and much of the Southwest. So the Davis Dam project was finished around 1953. They then closed the park and the housing and didn't reopen it until around 1983 again and turned it into a regional park. So now they use the park for big events like the annual Laughlin Run biker rallies, the Formula One boat races, the annual Bluegrass Festival, just to name a few. It's really popular for Memorial Weekend as well. And for those who enjoy the casino life, gambling, and events, just a few minutes down the road, you have the Laughlin Strip. Just cross the river and you are on the Nevada side where there is plenty to see and do. Okay, so as we come around the corner here, this is spot number 66. where I usually like to stay, but I think next time I come, I'm going to stay further down on the river. This spot was just way too noisy last night, and yeah, I don't think I like that. It's the next morning, and I wanted to walk around and show you some of the amenities that the park has. As you can see there is a water machine where you can get a gallon of water for a quarter. And then they have the laundromat here and showers right next to the laundromat. And the dryers are amazing. They will get your clothes dry in one cycle. So here's spot number 66 where I normally like to stay, but I don't think that's going to work anymore. It's got really noisy down here. I might have to find a new spot where there isn't so much traffic. But look at the grounds. Isn't it pretty? Right over here is the shower house, which is why I like this spot. I'll go show you the inside. Let me just make sure nobody's in there first. So you have your sinks. There's 5 stalls there, toilets. And over here are the showers. Basic camp shower, not bad. Couple of hooks back there. That's about it. Nothing fancy. But hey, a shower's a shower when you're on the road, right? It's luxury to have running water anyway. All right, let's go check out the river. So we are currently here, and I'm not going to have time today or on this trip, but I didn't realize there were so many trails. I think next time I come, I'm going to go check out this adventure trail that goes all the way up here down to Lake Mojave. Yeah, but there's trails everywhere here. So this church has been here since the 40s. Used to be the only thing in this area sitting here before Davis Camp was even constructed. Apparently, it was a big gathering place for all the people in the area who were here to work on the Davis Camp or on the Davis Dam project. The first services were held on Easter Sunday in 1947 by a nun. Her name was Saint Margaret Mary. She was a French nun. The parish still bears her name, but it was officially moved to a larger building in Bullhead City in 1986. Interesting. Several years later, Mojave County Parks granted a lease for $1 a year on the vacant building to the Colorado River Historical Society, which operated a museum there. The museum was relocated to a new building in Community Park in Bullhead City in 2018. This is what it used to look like when there was nothing else in the area. So I'm standing on the south side of the camp right now, and in a minute we're going to walk over on that side of the camp so I can show you some of the original housing that they offered here for the project that was going on in 1945. So they created this camp to house all the people who were working here. The river is really low. That's the Colorado River over there. And as you can see, right across the river is where they ended up building all the casinos later on in years. So if you keep going north that way, just to give you some perspective on where we are, you would get to Las Vegas. And northeast over there, you would be in Lake Mead. And if you kept going south in this direction, you head towards Lake Havasu, for those of you who like to go down there in the winter. There's a lot to do out here. It gets hot in the summertime, though. I mean, hot, like 120. It's brutal. So let's go check out what the camp housing used to look like. So here's the old housing. Looks like they've kept it up. You know, and I'm not sure if people live in them now or if you can rent those out as vacation rentals. I'll have to find out. And I'll leave a note here down below. They do a pretty good job at maintaining this park too. It's really nice. I don't think I've ever been here when it's this green, but it is beautiful right now. The grounds have really been kept up. Last time I was here, it was very dry. I guess it was midwinter when I came last time. They have a little park here for the kiddos to play, which is pretty cool. Basketball courts over there. I just came from that direction. That's the shower house, and you can see my rig right over there. All right, let's keep going. Looks like they have a dog park for your fur babies. They really do have everything you need here. I've talked to some people who like to come here for the whole winter. I mean, you can't beat the temperatures. I think it's going to be in the mid 80s today. It drops down into the 50s at night. So apparently the Mojave Native American tribe used to live in this whole region right here on the Colorado River. They have this whole area closed off, but you can see all their stories and petroglyphs. See if I can zoom in. They're all over this mound. So all this was theirs. I'm not going to make it on this trip, but if you look off into the distance, all that, there's Oatman is straight ahead in that canyon up there. But this whole area is where the infamous Olive Oatman story took place. Olive Oatman was a young Caucasian girl who was kidnapped by the Apache Native American tribe. And I forget the year it all happened. I'll have to put that here in the at the bottom. But she and her sister, her younger sister, were kidnapped and taken into the tribe as slaves. Eventually, she was traded off to the Mojave tribe. The chief took her and her sister in as part of their tribe and took them on as his own daughters. Olive and her young sister lived with the Mojave River tribe for quite a while until her brother found her once again and introduced her back into the society that she once knew. She later went on to make her own living and money for herself by showcasing herself, because they had tattooed her face with their tribal facial tattoos, which of course she became a sideshow and made money off of that by talking about the tattoo that they gave her. Pretty interesting. She later went on to marry a big Texas oil tycoon. Keep in mind that if you come and camp on the North Beach, there are no hookups down here. You are right on the river though, which is pretty nice. You're gonna have to come up these stairs here, or you can drive up here and park to come and use the showers, which are actually pretty nice. Is on the Arizona side on the Colorado River, but as soon as you cross the bridge here, you head into the Nevada side. Basically, the Colorado River is the state line. If you don't want to pay to stay at the campgrounds, well, you can come on over to the strip here, the Laughlin strip, and boondock in the parking lots of the casinos. So over here you're gonna have the Laughlin strip. There's restaurants, of course, all the casinos, a mall and restaurants to the right. I think there's an In-N-Out burger down here. And usually you just have to check in at the front desk. Just ask anybody who works at these hotels who you have to talk to about staying the night in the parking lot. It's not going to be the quietest, but it's free. And just 2 lights down here to the right is the Laughlin Event Center. So if you ever come down here for a concert or any kind of event, you can just park right across the street. The hotels, if you're in an RV, or stay at the hotel and just walk right across the street to the event center. I usually like to go to the Edgewater Casino. It's old, but I like it. I've been down here in a long time. It's been too hot this summer to come down here. I think I just passed the Edgewater. Well, let's turn in here. I love that you can just pull in, find a parking spot, whether you're in your RV, your car, cross the casino floor, and it takes you right out to the river walk where you can go from casino to casino, enjoying the views and having a good time. You can even take the river boat, which will take you up and down the river.